It's pretty close. My infestor just wanted to say hey. You know, I'm Infesty the Infestor. And I'm just going to narrow everything. And what you have to make sure that you do when you do neural is select your army and click on A and actually tell your army to attack that neural parasited unit, because if you don't, it's perceived as a good unit and it will not be attacked. You have to tell your army to attack that unit. And I cannot speak right now.
Mineral field depleted.
I'm going to transition into a Greater Spire because that's just a good habit to get into. Greater Spires are really good.
Mineral field depleted.
We have one drone on that. As well as saturate your gas immediately. He's hurt really bad, but he's by no means out of this game. You know, the right composition could still do a lot of damage. I'm making corruptors ahead of time, as well as I'm going to keep expanding, because I do not want to lose my advantage. I want to maintain it. What is he doing? Okay, so Broodlords are good, right? Especially with Infestor support. I thought I made another one. Huh, oh well. No matter. He's still on 2 bases, or he has to be on 3? Come on. It's outrageous. So at this point you gotta think, what would you do to counter your own composition? He saw a lot of Zerglings and Neural Parasite. What's complete? Okay. I usually don't hotkey my Broodlords just because they're so slow that you don't really need to. I'm going to put them up here, and I'm going to set my rally points. My primary target is siege tanks. Because those are going to eat away my Zerglings, and my Zerglings counter his Thors.
Under attack. Mineral field depleted.
You need to keep injecting so that if your entire army dies but he's out of tanks, and say you want to reinforce with 400 speedlings right now, and you can't, I want to make his tanks move to my army. Don't move into his tanks if you can avoid it at all. Oh wow, I'm not going to move for that. That's cool. mutas, like, right now. Oh, that's not good.
Our forces are under attack.
That's not good. How did that get all screwed up?
Our forces are under attack. Mutation complete.
Keep on the muta production. Run in and kill all these. That'd be really cool. Just keep screaming in reinforcements. And don't do this. Don't have miss rallies. That's really bad. That was a good game. Alright, so basically what happened is he didn't attack in the early game. I don't know if that's because he's random and he picked Terran, or he random Terran is what I'm trying to say. He didn't really attack in the early game, and that let me get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases that should be mine, but they're not, because I'm smart. But I poked in with some Mutalisks and got a good read on Thors, and I teched 2 Infestors, and that really stuffed his mid-game push. Just neural tanks. Tanks are really good to neural, and so are Thors, obviously. Anything really big. And that just ripped apart his army, and I kept macroing and watched for a possible all-in, but that didn't happen either. I got kept up on my upgrades, kind of. Got 2 attack from my mutas. I tried my hardest to stay active with my mutas, even though I'm lagging so hard. Even though you poke and he has Thors, he shoots at him. That doesn't mean just stay back with your mutas at home. That means poke around with him, go around, see if he's missing a missile turret, and you can pick off some SCVs, or how I did up here. At the very least, scout to make sure he doesn't have a third, and try your hardest to deny the third. You do not want idle Mutalisks. That's very, very bad. You invest in them so that you have map control, and you can see when he moves out, and where his expansions are, and what his composition is. You do them for information, I would say, more so than for damage dealers. He moved in with like 12 Blue Flame Hellions to take out my workers, and that to me went, oh my goodness, I'm gonna mass Speedlings and throw it at his face, because his Blue Flame Hellions were his way to deal with my Speedlings. He didn't have that many tanks because I'd neural them. He saw that. Thors are horrible against Zerglings, and so were the Vikings. So those Blue Flame Hellions were all that he really had, and I saw them all the way over here attacking my minerals and my armies right here. I'm just gonna move in. You know, I'll reinforce and replace my drones. I had like 8,000 minerals and 7 bases worth of larvae. That I can remake drones. What I can't always do is get lucky and have his Blue Flame Hellions so across map out of position to deal with my Speedlings. I really think that's what made this battle so close. Bleh. So decisive for me. Put your Broodlords here. It's really good if you know that he doesn't have Vikings. I knew that he didn't have Vikings, so I put him here. I made his tanks come to me so that I didn't just rush up with all my Speedlings and have them all die. Came around here, killed all his SCVs, all the good stuff. If you're Terran and you watched this, you need to keep harassing Zerg. You can't let this happen. Look at the minimap. And this is extremely poor creep spread. Half the map should be creep by now, but it's not. I still got the bases up, but You can't let this happen. Pretty much no matter what you do as Terran, cannot stop this. This is just too much income.
Mineral
So,
field
that has been another ZVT livecast. I appreciate the female viewers that have been increasing my demographics. It makes me feel like a sexy man beast that I have 11% female viewers, up from like 4 when I started, so
mineral
keep them
field
coming, ladies.
depleted.
And if you guys would like me to do any specific strategies against a specific matchup, I'll just hammer it out until I have a good example of it and put it up as a video for you guys. Like if you have a hard time dealing with, I don't know, mass colossi, was the first thing I thought of. I have friends that can do that to me, and I'll show you how to counter it, and I'll play it as if I don't know that he's going mass colossi. So it'll look like a real game,
Mineral
but I'll just be guaranteed that tech path that he's going, so that I don't have to play 100 games and just watch for mass colossi. Because Zerg is all about reactivity, and if you guys need help reacting to any specific strategies, if I don't know how to do it, I'll find out how to do it, and we'll both learn something. So, thank you guys a ton for watching, and please subscribe.
depleted.
I love you, and I hope you learned something.